Dear students, this is the second part of the explanational video about the English-speaking countries. We will continue with the United States and Canada. The United States is a country of freedom, country of various cultures, and country which is very rich. This is the Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States. It is a country of stars and stripes, country of dozens of mountain ranges, rivers, lakes, and vast plains. Its official name is the United States of America. Its form of government is known as the Federal Republic, so this federation consists of 50 states. With the capital of Washington, D.C., the official language is English. However, a lot of people speak Spanish. The very strong currency is well known worldwide because it is American dollar. The total area covers nearly 10 million kilometers squared, and it is one of the largest countries in the world. The population is very high. With more than 300 million of people, the country was founded on the 4th of July 1776 by the Declaration of Independence. This slide displays all the 50 states of the U.S. Recently, Donald Trump is the president of this powerful country. Mike Pence is the vice president, and the country's anthem is known as the Star-Spangled Banner. Stars and Stripes. This is the American flag. The American bald-head eagle with the red and white stripes, that is the symbol of the United States. Concerning its history, the country, the continent it lies on, was discovered in the 15th century by Christopher Columbus, who arrived to the shores of the Caribbean islands in 1492. Later on, during the 17th century, it was the first colonization of the American continent of North America of the United States by the Britons. In 1776, the newborn country emerged for the first time on the world map. It is the Independence Day, celebrated annually by all the Americans on the 4th of July. During the 19th century, the American Civil War hit all the people living in the United States, just because of war between the North and the South. The slavery was abolished in the 19th century as well. The country is located in North America, covering several climatic zones and bordering the Pacific on the west and Atlantic Ocean in the east. The two countries border the U.S., including Canada from the north and Mexico from the south. Death Valley is located in California, and it is the lowest point of the whole country. The highest peak, on the other hand, is located in Alaska, in the far north of North America. Mount Denali, known as Mount McKinley, is the highest peak. The Great Lakes, which border the US and Canada, represent the largest bodies of water in North America. The Great Salt Lake is used for various purposes during the recent era, because it is completely covered with salt. The biggest rivers include the Mississippi River, which, combined with its greatest tributary Missouri, is the greatest waterway system in North America. The Colorado River, on the other hand, flows through the Grand Canyon, one of the most visited national parks in the United States. Other mountains include the Rockies in the west or the Appalachians in the east. The Great Plains are the vast green surfaces in the central part of North America, stretching from central Canada to the south of the United States, meeting the coastal plains of the states like Mississippi, Georgia, or Alabama. As mentioned previously, the climate varies from the continental one, typical for great temperature extremes between the summer and winter season, to the tropical climate of Florida or South Carolina, to the Arctic climate, the mountainous climate of the west and north, And as we see in this picture, it is tundra, which covers most of the Arctic landscape. The government is composed of the White House, the seat of the President, the Senate, and the House of Representatives. The Supreme Court deals with the most complicated judicial cases. The economy of the United States is very diverse because it covers textile, automotive, chemical industry, engineering, information technologies, and construction as well. Business, film, media production, all these are the symbols of the economic power of this country. Well, Christianity is the most prevalent religion. The American style presents not only the fashion brands, but also famous and traditional American food. Guess what it is, my friends? The culture of the United States is said to be very consuming. The consumption society, which is symbolized by the American lifestyle, is sometimes a matter of criticism from the rest of the world. However, it is of very rich culture, influenced by many other nations immigrating to this country over the past centuries. The most popular sports in the United States include basketball, baseball, obviously the American football, also soccer or ice hockey. And the famous holidays comprise not only the Christmas time with the turkey on the Christmas table, but also the traditional Halloween. The United States has given to the world include McDonald's, the fast foods, the lifestyle of media, the lifestyle which is very fashionable and very comfortable. The beaches in Florida, the skyscrapers in Chicago, Los Angeles, or New York City, and one of the most prestigious universities, all these are a part of the wealth the United States has given to the world. The places of interest are displayed on this slide. They include the famous buildings, the famous localities like the memorials, the natural monuments like Niagara Falls, or the national parks like Yellowstone. So here are the pictures symbolizing the features of American traditions, of American landscape, be it the Statue of Liberty, the Golden Gate Bridge, the Grand Canyon, the tundrish landscape, New York, Mount Rushmore, the Niagara Falls. Abraham Lincoln is one of the most famous presidents of the United States. The mountainous, volcanic landscape of Hawaii, Disneyland, and many other. This slide displays the most famous personalities, not only the presidents, but also writers, singers, actors, and many other personalities influencing the world in a great extent. Let's mention Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft, Neil Armstrong, the first man who stood on the moon, or Bob Dylan, famous singer, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, the famous president of the 60s, and many other. Let's have a look to these pictures which display the famous persons, including previously mentioned, the inventors, famous actors, famous singers, as Elvis Presley, for example. You surely know who these persons are. Ernest Hemingway previously, John Fitzgerald Kennedy right now, Marilyn Monroe on the right, Muhammad Ali, the famous boxer, on the left, Martin Luther King, the fighter for the human rights, for the rights of the Afro-American population, Neil Armstrong, Jimi Hendrix, and many other personalities which you surely know. Michael Jackson is said to be the real king of pop. Maybe you know the actor Johnny Depp and the famous cartoon series beloved by the teenagers. So, this is the previous president and you know his name for sure, or not? This slide displays the famous American authors and their famous works of art. Please have a look to that because it will help you in your preparation for the oral exams. There have been several information released and they are public, so you can have a look to one of the interesting facts about the United States. That, for example, every second Americans eat 45 kilograms of chocolate, all people together combined. The first slave owner in America was black. 1 in 3 Americans is obese, and a lot of other information which can be helpful for your final exam. We will continue with the country known as Canada. The second largest country of the world lies in the northern half of North American continent, with the total land area more than 9 million kilometers squared. The water area covers nearly 900,000 kilometers squared, while it is composed of 10 provinces and 3 territories. Its population counts for approximately 35 million. These provinces stretch from the far northern icy ocean to the west coast washed by the waters of the Pacific Ocean to the east coast which borders Atlantic Ocean. Canada, as the independent country, was declared in the 19th century in 1867. It is a constitutional monarchy because, as well as in case of the United Kingdom, the head of a state is the Queen Elizabeth II. The Prime Minister is quite famous and favored by the people. Justin Trudeau is the Prime Minister of the recent era in Canada. Ottawa is the capital, while the 2 languages are officially spoken in Canada. It is English and French. The recent currency is the Canadian dollar, which has been used in Canada for more than 130 years. As this slide displays, Canada is covered by many types of landscapes, be it the tundra in the north, the mountainous landscape in the west, the vast plains in central and southern part, or the maritime, really harsh landscape of eastern Canada. The climate varies from the Arctic one to the humid continental in the southwestern part. Concerning the landscapes in Canada, it is a very large country with many resources, be it the iron ore, oil, or the biomass, wood. The boreal forest of Canadian Shield, the old geological unit, comprises the greatest amount of biomass in the world. The Canadian Rockies represent the most spectacular landscape in the whole continent. The coastal mountains are very attractive since they meet the shores of the Pacific Ocean. More than 2 million lakes are found in Canada, so it is a very attractive country for the tourists. Here we can have a look to the water of Lake Louise and other lakes in the Rocky Mountains. Canada is a multicultural country as well as the United States. Most of the population is of European descent. However, Asian population, the original Indian population, are a part of the diverse population in Canada. When analyzing the religious structure, Christianity prevails, but there is a large proportion of the atheists. Islam, the Hindu people, the Sikhs or Buddhists count for little share from the whole. Maple leaf is the symbol of Canada, and maple syrup is so traditional as pizza for the Italians. Beaver is the national animal, and Canada Goose as well. Ice hockey is considered to be the national sport of Canada, as well as lacrosse, thanks to which Canada ranks among the top 10 countries in the world. Baseball, rugby, soccer, or basketball include other sports which are popular among the Canadians. The country's economy is very rich, as well as the neighboring United States. It is a very powerful economy, highly globalized, trading with most of the nations of the world. As well as New York Stock Exchange, the Toronto's one is one of the most important in the world. Canada's industry is based on services. However, forestry, the petroleum industry, or the production of electricity are other segments. The capital of Ottawa is located in the province of Ontario. but only 1 million people lives there. It is famous for its canal. The Ottawa Canal is the greatest attraction for most of the tourists coming to the city. Toronto is the most important industrial and economic city of the whole country. With its population nearly 3 million, it has become well known for its CN Tower, which is one of the highest buildings in the world. These are the pictures displaying Toronto's skyline. Quebec City is the capital city of the Quebec province, the French-speaking province. The architecture reminds us of that one in Europe. The old buildings are used for accommodation purposes during the recent era. Edmonton, on the other hand, is located in the far west plains of central Canada. The capital city of Alberta is known for Canadian traditions combined with modern history. Winnipeg is the capital of Manitoba. This province is very flat. Therefore, it is used for agricultural purposes. It is very modern, as well as other cities of Canada. Vancouver, one of the fastest growing cities of North America, is the capital of British Columbia, on the west coast of Canada. It is the place where mountains meet the oceanic waters. A harbor, and also its largest park on the planet, known as the Stanley Park, are the greatest attractions. Vancouver is a modern city with rich history. Calgary in Alberta hosted the Winter Olympics in 1988, and it is the city which attracts people to live in. Montreal is the largest French-speaking city located in the Quebec province and the largest French-speaking city outside France. Famous people from Canada are well known worldwide as the actors, as the singers, politicians, or sportsmen. Please prepare at least 2 examples for those famous people of each category, be it the dancers or other entertainers. The places which are worth visiting include not only the Niagara Falls or the ski centers in the Rocky Mountains. Let's mention the Banff National Park, the Jasper National Park, with a lot of glaciers and lakes. The West Coast is very wild and humid. That's all, my friends. We will continue with the last part of our explanation.